How we doing, friends? I thought I would do a little bit of sharing. I recently had a birthday, and I turned 30, I think. Anyhow, I was given some birthday money and connected with a gentleman who had some flyer things or training related things, maybe I should say, to sell. And so I thought I would share with you some of the goodies that I got. And surprise, surprise, I have some more projects. All right, so here are the items. So this here is a Marks bridge, and it's got a few issues with welds being broken, and it also is twisted. It doesn't sit quite right. So I want to square it up, and it's also got some green paint there, here, and here, and then there's general rust. And some of that. So I think I had to do some checking. So I checked with Dave from Dave Clark's Lumber, who's I had the YouTube Zoom call with him a while back. He's just an amazing guy, just an incredible resource. He's got you name it, scale wise, he's got it and knows tons about trains. So I said, Dave, can you tell me anything about this bridge? He said, yeah, it's Marks. It's not anything rare. It's not anything super special. And he says most of them that I see are silver. So I don't know if this one has been painted or not, or if it was manufactured originally blue. But anyhow, got an idea of something I want to try with trying to refurbish that. So we'll see how that project goes. Since putting in some of my crossovers, well, I've always wanted a Semaphore block, but I was able to get not one, but two Semaphores with all of the fixins, minus the boxes. And so I've hatched a plan on using these Semaphores on the layout, and I've seen some different people use them. There's one or two people that have these double figure 8 layouts that have the center section protected with these devices, and I think it's so cool. And so I want to use them on the layout, and we'll see if my plan, because at least for me, I have things in my head that seem like they're really awesome, but in practicality maybe they don't, they don't work so good. But what I'm thinking is having one Semaphore here and another one there, and I know realistically they should be on both sides of the crossovers. But then, sorry about that, then set it up so that this would be in the down position, which would mean, it would block traffic. And these would be mainline, both of them, they'd be in the up position. So they'd be, in a sense, green. And then with the flick of a switch, like if this branch line were going to be used and the crossing is going to be used, then everything would reverse with a flick of a switch. And I just think that'd be kind of fun to have something like that. Probably have a disconnect so that it's not always running, because I imagine that would be old if I'm just wanting to run trains. But certainly when we have friends here or entertaining guests, it'd be fun to have some of that activity happening. And one idea I have, because I'm not going to actually use these to stop the trains, although I guess I could. I might have to think about that, ponder that some more, use them as their design. But one idea I had was that switch there could be triggered, because when it's in the position it is right now, which is straight, that accesses the branch line. And so I could actually hook all of three of these up to the power and the throw on the switch. Hopefully I wouldn't overload it if I had basically 4 solenoids on one power source. But the idea would be that anytime that switch gets thrown, then these solenoids would change these different semaphores to either show blocked or open, red or green. I could even, I guess, trigger rail power with some solenoids or something. I'm sorry, some fiber pins and some relays. But right now, tonight, that seems like a lot of work, so I don't know if that'll happen. Anyhow, so that's the second thing that I got, and there's 2 of those in the boxes. I have a certain affinity for the Atlantic, probably because my dad's engine that I got, the first one I ever had, was an Atlantic, and then the second engine that they got me as a kid was an Atlantic. But I really, really like the 4-piece. I love the little bit of extra detail. I enjoy how they run, and 302s, of course, with chuff and smoke. And I have another one of these that is one of the first flyer sets that I got once I kind of started expanding the collection. So that's got a little bit of sentimental value. But now I have this one too. And someone had put a knuckle coupler on the back, which I'm okay with that. But so that's kind of fun. And the gentleman I bought this from, we put it on his layout, and the thing it runs beautifully. Chuff smokes wonderfully. So that will be yet one more thing to coat the atmosphere, if you will. Now, in here, I think is something kind of special. This is something I do not have. It's been one of those things on the, boy, that sure would be fun to have one of those lists. I don't know if I'll ever get one. The price would have to be absolutely perfect for me to swing it because, well, without further ado, some of you already know. Well, you know it's going to be one or two. $21,005, and all the parts minus the cover for the E-unit are in this box, and the engine runs. It runs right now in forward and smokes and chuffs like a wild machine, or like there's a fire in it. And I think there's just a loose wire on the two-step reverse unit that I think I can get that fixed. The light assembly at the front is in pieces, but I've been contemplating actually switching that over to LED because I'm not crazy about the heat nor the position. You know, it's a little bit low, and so it doesn't really shine out the front. I also understand that this is of the two different 060s with tenders, slope back tenders that Flyer made. This is a little bit more rare one, but besides the other one being a 4 and this being a 5, I believe that's correct. The 4 had the lighted tender, and supposedly this does not have a lighted tender. Man, that tender is amazingly heavy. It's got to be loaded with more weight than typically 2 or 3 tenders put together. That's crazy how much weight that's got in it. But something else I contemplated and may still do would be adding an LED in that, and suppose with bridge rectifier and a diode or something, additional diode for polarity, could even make it so that it would only light up going in reverse. So that would be kind of cool. But I've seen a few of you that have these 060s running them, and I think they're just brilliant. I don't have very many steam engines with a coupler in front. And so pretty excited about that. All right. So thanks for stopping by for this little update. I just wanted to let you know that those of you that have talked to me about the rail crossovers, I'm still working on them. As I mentioned, they take some time, and if you're interested in one, send me an email. Check out the live video I did a while back about those, and I'll get one made up for you, and or two or three or however many you want. I would also just mention that the K-line wide radius curves, I now have highway rail crossings for those as well. If you happen to be someone that has those curves and would be interested in highway road crossing. So yeah, I have the traditional radius, which I believe are 19 R19s or 20s, sorry, 20s. And then I think the K lines are 54s. And so if that's anything you're interested in, let me know. Hey, until next time, take care, enjoy your flyer, God bless, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.